Welcome in, sports fans. We're doing anime. Yikes, we sure are. This week's fun. This week's fun. Welcome back to Dubbed and Confused. This is episode 17. We're in the winter 2026 season. This week's fine. This week's fine. There's some stuff. It didn't blow me away. I felt like I had a lot of eights and like 1-9, and that 1-9 was a show that we're not even talking about on the pod. So, fellas, where'd we land this week? How we feel about the
Chris?
week?
I thought it was a good week still. I mean, a lot of eights is still a good week regardless.
Yeah, John and I are aligned this time. A week that's been, for the season of which that we're watching, it's great. Can't even really complain. Just hasn't been knee knockers.
Yeah, I mean, compared to last season, this week would be a good week for last season. But you know, the situation has changed. The landscape has changed. I want to see 9-5s left and right. I mean, last week I had what, a 9-6 for the Maki JJK episode. Like, I want more of that. We didn't get much of that this week. So still a good week. We'll still talk about everything and what we liked, what we didn't like. That's what this pod is all about. If you are new, we go through all the anime airing this season, at least the ones that we give a turd about. And we give our thoughts on every episode. So I guess we jump in here. Let's start with the Jujutsu Kaisen. We'll start at the top and we'll work our way down. Jujutsu Kaisen, this is episode 52. This is kind of another setup episode. Like last week was, balls to the wall. This week we kind of have a little setup. We get some background story on Yaga, the principal of the Jujutsu sorcerer school, which is cool. It's cool to get some backstory on him. I also wasn't expecting him to just die like 2 minutes later. You get some cool backstory and like that he's like low-key a genius, that they thought he was a special grade sorcerer, but the fact that he kind of like, it's not that his sorcerer technique was like insane and that was reason for him to be a special grade sorcerer. It was that he just like almost like scientist level, like just devised a new way of creating soul sufficient like creatures. That's how he created Panda. And you get some backstory on that it doesn't take anything crazy. You just have to have the right ingredients for it. So yeah, there's him. We get in contact with Hikari. That's kind of the other 2/3 of this episode is Yuji and Fushiguro going on their mission to connect with Hikari, get him to help them, and kind of join in on the fight, because apparently Hikari's a badass, and I'm excited to see that. And then we get this final scene that's awesome. This is where Yuji actually comes in contact with him. This scene is so cool. I love this scene a lot. Where like they're kind of chilling. He's kind of interviewing Yuji a little bit. They're kind of chilling. He gets a phone call, and yeah, it's so cool. I don't want to go too like, you know what I mean? I don't want to go on an insane rant too long, but fellas, how do we feel about this episode as a whole?
As a whole, I thought this episode was really solid. I mean, it's definitely not on par with the Maki episode, like we said. But I still really like the Yaga Panda backstory and just learning more about Yaga himself. I wish we got a little bit more of that personally. But I thought it was very good. And the old man who ends up killing Yaga or whatever, and then Panda shows up. But then going on to like the second half of the episode, Yuji Panda fight, thought that was funny. And then the conversation at the end, like you mentioned, was fantastic in my opinion. So
I get that they have a lot to cover, but I feel like the first half of that episode was like a speed run almost. Like,
yeah.
I would have liked a little bit more time with Yaga, because I feel like we didn't really. When was the last time we saw him since like the first or second episode of the show?
Yeah.
So that was kind of jarring to see him die so fast. And then the second half of the episode, I mean, all I can say is that last scene, man. The animation, holy cannoli!
They apparently
just
did you hear
so many frames?
Apparently they rotoscoped the like director and like another guy. Like they didn't get actors or anything. They literally rotoscoped like two guys who were just working on the scene to make that scene. That's why I like the movements are so realistic.
That's awesome
in it. So it's really, really cool. Yeah, like Hikari's kind of interviewing Yuji, and then he gets a phone call, but he lets the phone call keep going. He doesn't even check his phone, which is like, at first you're like, yeah, I mean, he's kind of a badass. He didn't really give a fuck, like, you know what I mean? Hikari does, he's the man at the top of this fight club or whatever. And then it rings too long, and you're like, okay, something's up. And then it
Yeah.
is, because he tells Yuji that whenever I get a phone call from my partner or whatever, it means something's up. And then he starts kicking the crap out of Yuji, and that's where we're gonna pick up next episode. But that scene is awesome. This episode's cool. I don't want to bash it at all. Like, I still have like a pretty decent score on it. I just, like Shalhoub said, Yaga is the guy that we see, like he does like the first like teaching lesson with Yuji to like just get better using like basic jujitsu sorcerer techniques. And then you don't see him for like the entire back half of season 1 and any of season 2. And then he just shows up 4 episodes into season 3, and that's where he dies, when you get a 3-minute backstory on him. So it's kind of a shame. He also didn't even die in like a badass way. Like, they didn't even show the fight. They just kind of cut to the fact that he's already basically been murdered by sorcerers from the school. I don't know. It's kind of sucks, that part of it. But wish we got more. I still liked what I saw, like, because they kind of did dress him up to be like kind of like cool in his own way, and like, I don't know, they show that backstory with the samurai guy who has his, like, the woman with him. There's a lot going on there, but all in all, I like this episode. A lot of cool references, the Fight Club references. What's there was another one? There was another reference in this one. Where'd I write it down? I feel like there were 2 clear references in this episode. Fight Club's obviously the easy one.
The Fight Club's the easy one. I'm trying to think of the other one because I don't think I recognized it myself.
Yeah, right? No, I don't know. I don't even.
I know last week's episode definitely was a huge reference to Kill Bill.
Yeah, I can't. I know I clocked it, and then I just like forgot.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. I wrote down the Fight Club one, but I don't know. This episode rocks. It's cool. It sets up a lot really well. I'm glad that they're kind of giving Hikari like a full like half episode setup, and then before we even get into like where we're gonna end up with him ultimately, because it feels like we're already getting more with him than we did really get with like Yaga. So like, hopefully that's that pays off in the long run. So yeah, good ep. I gave it an 8.7 out of 10, high 8, but I couldn't quite get there for a 9 because like ultimately not a ton happens in this episode.
Not bad. I gave this one a 9. I thought the panda fight scene was really fun, comedic. I also like that. That's probably the last time we're gonna see Yuji smiling, coming up, and it was in the fight scene where he's having fun, getting warmed up. Yeah, I thought overall this was a really solid episode, and I really liked the end scene as well. I thought that was just so beautifully done. So I think it deserved a 9 in my opinion.
I was a low 8 for me. Just trying to keep it realistic here, fellas. We get it. It's JJK. It's fun, but like, there were some pacing issues in this episode, and the main reason it still got a high score for me is because I do like how they're setting up this dystopian future that we're heading towards, with just everyone getting murked. So they're still world building well, but I have issues with how fast and how slow at times it's going.
Yeah, it's a lot. This show has a lot of characters, and these shows, these shonen where they want to introduce all these badass characters that the author has in mind, sometimes they have trouble like bringing it full circle with every character and giving them their beginning, middle, and end, and sometimes characters get lost, and that's what it feels like with Yaga here. But he got a beginning, he got an end, but he didn't really have a middle. So there we go. Jujutsu Kaisen in the books. Next up we move to Frieren, episode 31. This is a good, they're all good. Every Frieren episode is good. What do we get in this episode? They're looking for this special hot springs that Frieren went on her journey with. That oh man, I can remember Heiter, and I can always remember the hero.
Himmel?
What's the Himmel? But what's the guy? The guy who trained Stark?
Aizen.
Oh, Eisen. That's what it is. Yeah. So Eisen told Stark about this hot spring. So Stark really wanted to see it. He actually wanted to go out of his way to see it, even though Freeman said it's probably not going to be worth it. She was right. It's ankle deep.
Hey, but that view.
That view was nice.
amazing.
That view was
That
nice.
view was amazing.
Right. Right. And those ankles, them shits were warm.
All right. All right.
Okay. All right.
Whoa. Take it easy. Take it easy.
I don't like the way you said that.
And that's really only the first half of the episode. The second half of this episode is all setting up a Fern and Stark date. And guys, they're fucking cute. I like Stark. I love. Fern is an easy character to hate because she's kind of like,
Pouty.
yeah, she's very pouty. Yeah, sure.
But like she's cute pouty.
But they kind of have like that. They kind of have like that opposites attract kind of situation going on, and who knows how much of the situation, the romance, is from being the only two people in the party that are similar age. But it is what it is. And I'm curious where they take it, how serious they take it next episode, because they're kind of setting. I thought it was going to happen in this episode. I thought we were going to get the date, but they just jumped. Like they did, they didn't jump. They just said we're going to end it off. You're going to get the date next episode. So I thought it was a fun episode. Where you boys land here?
I thought it was hilarious when Stark asks Fern for advice. Or no, sorry, when Stark asked Freeman for advice, and Freeman's just like, yeah, I had a 3-day tantrum, so I don't know if you'd want to ask me.
Well, the best part is at first she was like, have you lost your mind? Like, why are you asking me?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just so funny. She's like, I'm not the best person. Like, to have the self-awareness to just, like, understand that she was so bad at romance. It's so funny to me. But then also when they cut to the tantrum scene, I don't know if you guys clocked it. There's a part where she's, like, sitting up on top of the wardrobe or whatever, jumps down and then like grabs her ankle as if she like sprained her ankle mid tantrum. I don't know if you guys clocked that at all. It was really fast. It was like literally 3 frames, and it was so funny to me.
Freeman does a lot of floating and walking. I don't think I've ever seen her run. Actually, I don't even think I've ever seen her like briskly walk. She everything she does is so easy.
Yeah. But I thought this episode was awesome. I liked it a lot.
Jalub?
It's gonna be hard to believe that I like this show, but like, I mean, come on. I feel like it's mocking me at this point. The show is mocking me. I mean, we all know what my gripes are. I haven't seen anything fun. Not one fun thing. And then, here's this dragon we could slay. We could show you some fun things. Nope. We'll just skip past that battle and show it dead on the ground. Fuck you, Freerin. That's how I feel.
I
just feel
crazy.
Wrong.
It just
feel wrong.
Feels like somebody that didn't watch season 1 or like didn't.
I watched season 1, and there were fun things to see in season 1.
Yeah, there were fun things, but I think you're forgetting that those fun things came like intermittently between like 2 or 3 episodes of chilling and just low key adventure party stuff.
Yeah, but this is the 3rd episode. This is the 3rd episode, and they had a chance.
And we got a fun little fight at the end of last episode. And the episode before that, we got the salamander thing chasing them out that looked juicy.
Yeah, also, like, the most action you got out of season 1 was literally when they were doing the trials to become a full-fledged mage or whatever. And yeah, we haven't had anything that needs that kind of Sakugo yet, so
I don't know. I'm just getting so goddamn bored. I feel like there's nothing happening in this show at all.
I think you don't understand the concept of the show.
I understand the concept of the show.
I mean, I said last week that like I understand where you're going, where you feel and why, and like where you're going with that, but like I guess my thought process is that like, are we actually getting like a romance plot with Fern and Stark? If next episode we get there and like it's just another kind of jokey like, oh yeah, they're like kind of like a couple but like not really kind of thing, and they just kind of like string that along, then I'll kind of be a little annoyed. But like I kind of have a little more hope than normal just because they ended the episode off not showing the date. Like the date is actually going to be a progression in their those two's relationship. So I don't know. It's cool, and I like seeing like Freeman's relationship with them is so funny because she's not really like a mom character to them. She's almost more like an aunt to me. I know they reference in the episode, they say like grandma, but like that almost feels like too big of a stretch because she can connect with them closer than I feel like a grandma can with like grandkids, but not
Yeah,
quite.
she's not mature.
Yeah, she feels like one generation apart, not two generations apart. I know she's much older than them, but at least in terms of, grandmas are like, I can't go play sports with you. But like Freeman could go out and like still do the adventuring stuff that like Stark and Fern do. So like she's closer in that regard, but
Elf years are weird. We're
Well,
like
yeah, I was
dog
gonna
years
say.
compared to them.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like in terms of like elf years, like Freeren's still like a teenager almost. Like Fern and her are about the same age realistically in terms of like if you break it down into human years. So
And I don't even mean like Sakuga. That's not even what I need for this. I just need some stakes. Like I need something to matter.
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't really seen that even when there have been like chances for animation. It all felt like like small potatoes.
Yeah.
It wasn't big stuff, but they'll get there. I mean, like we didn't even get to see Stark until like episode 4 of the original anime or the first season, and that's when we see the first big thing. That's when he fights the dragon, and then how many episodes between that and them actually starting to fight the demons later in that season, and then between that, how many episodes until we actually got to the trials, and I mean, those feel like the big things that happened in the season. So, we're gonna get there. We're definitely gonna get there. So I don't want to rush it, but there was other small stuff in this episode that I really liked. I like. There's something about shows like this, whether it's shows like this, it shows like Delicious in Dungeon. I think Mushoku Tensei has this. I think in the first season, but it's just that like, it makes me jealous of just that easy lifestyle. Not easy, but like day to day. There's no taxes. There's no pay rent. It's like these people, you just walk. You wake up, you walk towards the place you're headed. Do you got to make dinner? Sure, we'll make dinner. Like we'll catch something. There's something that makes me jealous of like just that living off the land lifestyle. I don't know. That like freedom captures.
Wanderer,
Yeah.
gatherer.
I feel like Deli Dungeon does it better than most shows that I've seen though, because like that's the type of slice of life that like they really get you invested, and I feel like a big part of that is because there is some shit that could just like spring out at them at any point in time.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't fuck them up, they'll kill it and they'll figure out a way to eat it.
For sure. For sure. Dude, Stark's going through it in this episode. Fern gives him to pay attention to me. It's rough.
Yeah, that's a red flag. That's what we call a red flag, boys.
Oh, man.
Stay away, Stark. Hit it and quit it.
It's not the... and quit it. What does that even mean? Where do you even go?
No.
I think you know exactly what that means.
Where does he even go?
There's
nowhere to go.
They'll figure it out.
Also, I love how Stark when they get the dragon and they basically make Stark the bait for that dragon, and then afterwards he's like, "I was just the bait." I was like, "Yeah, dude, you're the front line.
What else could you be?"
What are you gonna have fucking Freeman just running through a field like about to get mauled by a dragon? Like, yeah, you're the frontliner, dude. You take the hits. You're the tank.
Yeah.
Eat the hits.
What are you gonna fucking chop it?
Right.
Yeah, like it can't be Freerin because fucking Stark had to carry her and Fern 2 episodes ago.
Yep.
Like, come on, what are we doing?
So, more tough going for Stark, but I love him. He might be my favorite character, I think. Like Freerin's hard not to love just because like she's the stalwart here.
No, it's definitely Stark.
I think Stark's my favorite. He definitely, man. It's close. It's close. He is for sure. But I don't know. Freeren's so likable and how unrelatable she is, kind of like how weird and different she is just because of her life circumstances. But yeah.
I just feel like he's in a perpetual state of what's happening.
Sure.
Yeah, he really
doesn't
is.
help they don't tell him. Like Freerin and Fern just like kind of fly off into the sky planning to make him bait, and they just like
boss.
They just let him get like attacked by a dragon.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All right, I'm 8-7 here. Another high 8 for me. I couldn't get all the way there. I liked some stuff, but again, this feels like an in-between episode. It felt like a lot of episodes this week for a lot of these shows. Felt like in-between episodes. We're setting stuff up. We're not doing it in this one. So 8-7. Yeah, even just because Freeman's just elite at that slice of life stuff.
Yep. I'm an
Six.
8.6 for this episode.
Yeah. There you have it.
Oh, what'd you have,
Yep.
Shaloop? Sorry, I missed your score.
No, that's fine. 6. That's it.
6.
On moving
Wow.
on.
It's crazy. It's
Criminal,
crazy.
No.
This guy doesn't like Freeman. Everybody knows it.
I like
This guy
it.
hates
I'm just-
Freeman.
I'm hard on it because I like it. I want to see it be better.
All right. Next up, Sentenced to be a Hero, episode 4. The best new show of the season. And, well, really kind of the only hot new show this season. But, again, this is a middle episode. This is a transition episode. Like, nothing happens in this episode, like, actually at all. I think less happens in this episode than JJK and Freerun. Like, literally
Yeah,
nothing.
They set up some stakes. There's some jelly in those donuts. They did things right. I
Yeah,
think.
you set up stakes, but then, like, yeah, you set up stakes for another episode to reap the benefits. Your episode doesn't get to reap the benefits just because you talk about stakes. I got to see them.
Well, they tease a new
True.
character. Too.
Next episode's going to be a 9.3. This episode ain't a 9 for
No, it's not
even
a 9.
close.
There's also a
Definitely
lot of
not
just
that.
like knowledge that you gain from this episode.
Yeah,
Like, there's a
I'm-
lot of things.
I didn't bash
they
this episode.
explain.
This episode's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
I didn't turd all over this episode. This
Yeah.
episode has the Great Exchange, which is where I guess all the knights can kind of like meet in kind of like a what would you call that? Not carnival. Carnival's not too far off. Like kind of just setting with a bunch of stands with food and you can gamble all
like a
this. You can get
festival.
booze.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of
festival,
festival's a good
Yeah,
word
yeah.
for it. So they kind of have like a in between big missions kind of relaxation period. They get told about the next mission, which is just a suicide tower defense mission. Literally, not you're probably not going to succeed at this. Literally, their mission is to stay in that tower and fight Demon Blythe until they die. That's what they are told to their faces.
Yep.
And then we also find out that the Demon Blythe have infiltrated the higher ups, which I didn't know they were sentient like that. I guess I didn't know that's where we were going. And I guess at some point you have to get to that because that's where Attack on Titan goes. You start just thinking there's this race of other creatures and it's just us versus them. And then it always devolves into like, it's actually humans versus humans in some way.
Yeah.
So like, I guess that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I think it's you get a lot of context here. We'll go more into that, but where do you guys land on this? What do you think?
Yeah, I felt like it was pretty solid. I'll give them points for negative points for exposition dump, but positive points were gained because they showed us a lot of what they were telling us. Always like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Learning more about Tayarita, like that was cool. They did a good job. So
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, again, nothing really happened. So like it's a big
Yeah.
time setup episode.
100%.
Yeah. I really like this episode learning about like the goddesses and that because like initially I thought the goddesses were fabricated, like they were made goddesses, but then you come to find out that they were just discovered in like wherever these caves or other places, and then you learn that the goddesses, once they're done with their mission, they go back into hibernation.
Right.
Which is just wild. Like that's something weird for the show. And then also like we learn about the third Demon Lord in 4 episodes now. Like we're already on Demon Lord number 3, which is kind of cool.
I mean, what was
It
the
feels like
last
pretty good
Demon
pacing.
Lord? Wasn't the last Demon Lord like Demon 16 or something? So like, there's clearly a large number of them, and it seems like not many other people in this world are even able to eliminate them. So, not totally shocked there. Yeah, Tayarita's she gets a lot of context here. Like one, when it comes to when their mission's over, they go back into slumber or whatever. It's like, well, who decides what their mission is and when it's done? Like that's a question. Like, do they decide themselves what their personal mission is? And then like, is it almost like a spirit sometimes in other shows? Like when that spirit has, when you've resolved its misery or whatever, it goes on to the afterlife. Is it like something like that? Did they decide it? Does a higher power above them like determine what their individual missions are? I don't know. That's a whole, situation to figure out. I love that I mean, not, I don't know if I love, but Teorita is designated as the weakest of all the goddesses. That's why they weren't even planning on like bringing her back and using her to fight. They were actually planning on using her to do to like study her and figure out if they can find a way to produce more goddesses to just increase the power of their army. They were like, we'll sacrifice the weakest one so that we can make more later, which sucks. I guess at some point I kind of understand it. If you're losing a war and you got to figure out how to not lose that war. But yeah, but I also like that her pairing is just so perfect with Xylo, right? The fact that he has the exploding weapon tattoos, and that pairs perfectly with the fact that she just supplies you with a bunch of swords, right?
Right.
And then we meet Sav. Sav? What's it like? I don't know how you pronounce
Sav.
him, but we meet him at the very end of
Sav,
this
yeah.
episode.
I think it's Sav.
I'm watching the dub. It's sad.
Okay. Very intriguing guy. You don't get much. You literally get the last like 1 minute of the show just showing him gambling and fucking up a dude for cheating at gambling. Apparently.
Supposedly, yeah.
Supposedly, right? We don't even get confirmation that he actually cheated. He could have just be a sore loser. Which would actually be more in line with the way they talk about him earlier in this episode. Because they talk about him like he's fucking nuts. So we'll see.
Yeah, they do.
I'm excited to see more about him because he might be the closest thing to Xylo in terms of like a fighter. And I've been saying that like I don't want Xylo to be the only character that's that strong. I want to see other characters that like hold their own, because those shows get kind of boring to me when every episode is just the MC saving the day.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah,
I think you covered it all.
right. The only other thing I'll say here is I'm not warming up, but like it kind of seems like they're setting up Knight's lady. Forgot her name. Vivia, something like that. The Knight lady who's in charge of that faction or whatever. Because she is like acknowledging that Xylo's like and the rest of the heroes are not actually like scum. Like they're all told like they're the worst of the worst. That's why they've been sentenced to be heroes. And she's like, I've actually seen some redeeming qualities from you guys. You guys do good work. They're kind of setting her up to be like the one military personnel you don't hate. So curious to see where they go with her, how much of an ally she becomes, how important she is going forward. But that's interesting. And I wonder if there will be kind of a little faction that ends up like actually supporting the heroes, because they're like, I know they fucked up in the past, but one, did they? And two, they're doing good work. They're the reason we're alive in this war right now and not just getting decimated. So fun episode. And it's all set up, but like it does get me excited because I want to see more about Sav. I want to see more about the goddesses. I want to see this mission because they're kind of setting this mission up to be a real hob knocker. And knock some hobs, boys.
Yeah. Sure.
That's the word you went with?
Sure.
Oh yeah. I always say that.
Oh, okay.
However, I did give this episode an 8.1. It's still an 8 for me. I can't get high 8 on this just because like this is like most of this episode is just like a festival and characters talking to each other. But where you guys land on a score?
Yeah, it's 8. It's 8 for sure. Just straight up 8.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have an 8.3 for this episode.
Okay. All right, we're dancing. We're all dancing. We're all square dancing out here on the 8 square. I like that. Next up. This one's a real doozy. Just kidding, it's not. It's Oshinoko, episode 27. Just keep seeing Shalhoub fucking just smelling farts nonstop, apparently. It's just
I hate this cognac.
Just
it's
living
terrible.
in a room of farts, and he just keeps smelling it every 2 minutes when he goes to take a sip.
I have nothing else to drink.
All right. Okay, so episode 27 of Oshinoko. This feels No, this episode's interesting, actually. I don't hate this episode. This episode is all about resolving some nonsense. To give a quick synopsis, the misogynistic asshole director of this TV station like starts asking like crazy inappropriate questions to someone who's just showing up to be a cosplayer. And then she puts a post out on social media, and she's like a pretty well known what do you
Cosplayer.
cosplayer slash influencer. So she like puts out a post saying like, fuck this TV station, this is garbage, you guys suck, whatever. And they get a ton of hate. And so they decide to do an episode of their TV show where it's actually diving into how bad they suck and what they can do better, which low-key I kind of respect. Like if more situations would happen like this, I feel like it could actually like resolve a lot of things rather than like most, whether it's the government, whether it's whatever, rather than just like being quiet, not saying anything, like half the time, just not even addressing shit, pretending like it didn't happen, but just outwardly being like, yeah, that was fucked up. Sorry about that. And actually they even dive into like the nitty gritty of like, even just structurally how their business works on like what went wrong and during the steps to like cause miscommunication, cause issues, which doesn't really happen in real life very often. So it's fun. It's a fun episode in that regard. I thought it was kind of cool the way they did it. That being said, like that's kind of done and resolved, and I'm just kind of like, wow, that felt like a one-off episode that's not going to relate to much going forward, most likely.
Right. Like, what's next?
Yeah. I was kind of just like, okay. It kind of just felt like a kind of show where like, oh, someone's in trouble, we'll help them for this episode, and then on to the next week.
Yeah.
But still, I
They
enjoyed
didn't
it
have
for what
to
it
dig
was.
deep on that one, did they?
Right.
Yeah, I think this whole episode was just kind of highlighting how many strings Ruby's actually pulling in the background.
Yeah.
Like,
It's awfully shady, isn't she?
yeah, like you see so many weird, interesting scenes where why is Ruby here? Like, why is Ruby involved in this? And then come to find out she probably pulled the strings for the entire stunt, not only on this current episode, but what happened in last episode too, with like the TV station, her even being on the TV station, her working with the AD more, things like that. It kind of all starts to fall into play a little bit more. But personally, I'd like to see less of this TV station moving forward here. Like I want to, cut it. I'm done with the AD. I'm done looking at him, seeing all this. We just followed him for most of this episode again, and just like I'd like to move on. I'd like to continue moving on with more Ruby and Aqua plots and whatnot. So, and more Big Homachi too. Like I want to see this fourth, whoever this might be, come into play. So
crazy. God didn't even mention Kana. Insane.
I mean, she's part of Big Homachi. Yeah. I mean, I don't really care.
Insane. This guy's Team Blue. He's Team Blue. I knew it.
Unbelievable.
I'm team. Let's get murder mystery involved. Come on.
Salute.
Nah, the only idols for me are the combat girls.
Okay. Relax. We'll get there, right? Keep it in your pants till we get there.
It's like,
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I was
what
gonna
were
say
you
that's
saying?
like three more episodes to talk about before that.
I know.
Yeah. Save for the best for last. Yeah. No, this felt like another Oshinoko episode from this season. Like they're focusing a lot on the side characters, and give me some of the juice. Give me some more of that prime time juice.
Yeah, I don't know if we need it. We have what, 4 girls that are really relevant and Aqua. Like you've got 5 characters. You've got plenty to work with. All honestly that are like pretty separate right now. Like they can go off on them, but I think this episode feels like it might be wrapping up some of the, I don't know about fully the TV station, but like it might be around, but I don't think it'll be a focus point. I would think that this is kind of like the way they wrap this up and just really try to bang home that like Ruby is like orchestrating this kind of from behind the scenes kind of makes me feel like we're about to get some resolution on what it's all for. You know what I mean? Like this is really her trying to just build more opportunities for herself to get deeper into the industry, bigger in the industry, because that's kind of what she needs right now. She just needs to get as massive as possible to meet the biggest people as possible, because that's what she'll find out who killed I, theoretically. I like one thing I do appreciate is that like the difference on writing tactic that like when we were following Aqua for the first 2 seasons, we were like in Aqua's head like the whole time. And now we're like watching from the outside, watching what's happening and what's like she's kind of doing Ruby, but like we're not like in Ruby's head like Ruby calculating every move, which I kind of appreciate like the divergence of writing style there that like depending on the character they're just kind of like showing us now, whereas in the past they were like he was telling us everything that was happening. So that's cool. I'm with you. This like we got to get something out of this. We got to get some bigger resolution out of this. This episode's fine and all, and I like that it kind of just shows even more banging home like where Ruby is and how she's kind of just setting everything up. But I really want to get a little deeper there. I know you guys had to have seen it, but like how do we feel about the Asabi, the Asahi reference in this episode?
Oh yeah, Asabi, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. That's how they are marketing the Asahi beer salute.
Yeah, they're showing.
Oh, Asahi.
Yeah,
Yes,
they call
yes.
it Asabi with a B instead.
Yeah,
But
it's
like
literally the
exact,
same
like-
bottle, same letters. It's just same lettering. It's
Yeah.
just Asahi.
I did recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did recognize the cans.
And one thing I'll give it credit for,
That's
because this show is not always like that funny to me. It's more sweet than funny in most cases. When the director came in as like a cross-dressed
full
cosplayer, I was not ready for it. It actually did get me.
Yeah.
That was hysterical.
I feel like it was one of those things where I like looked down, and I don't know what I was looking down at, but I would like look down for a second and like looked up, and I was like, "What? This is what I mean." You know, like I'd love to
Yeah, it was
see
a weird
Roger
moment.
Goodell like after like blowing something like so hard, like just coming on TV and like in full like women's cosplay. That'd be amazing.
Oh my god, that was really not a moment of redemption I was expecting from that character. So that-
I know. He's like at the end of it, you're kind of like, I don't hate him anymore.
Yeah,
respect.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like I kind of feel bad almost, like that it all kind of happened the way it did.
Right.
But
yeah.
All right. 8-1 for me. Still another like lower 8, but still it's an 8. I said this week is like a lot of 8s for me. What do we think?
that's wild. I gave it 7.7 this week.
Surprising though.
I think in the world of Oshinoko, this one is probably an 8 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For what
Yeah.
the show is, like it did what it does.
Does what it do.
Do.
Do what it do, and time to go.
Do what it do.
All right.
Do what it do.
That
Ooh.
moves us into Trigun Stargaze. Oh, I didn't write down what number episode this is. This is 4. I knew it.
4 for Stargaze.
All right. Episode 4 for Stargaze. This episode we get the fact that Knives is alive and that evil doctor who helps him is slowly grafting plants onto his body so that way he can slowly revive. That's a little complicated though, because Knives' whole thing is that he believes that like plants are a superior species to humans. He says, "Fuck humans. Let's make this the plants planet or whatever." So when he wakes up and they mention this, he might not be too happy that they sacrificed a bunch of plants to revive him. But we'll see. Other than that, they're kind of just setting up the rest of Knives' crew in this episode. Like that feels like the other main thing going on. They're setting up this crazy guy with like psychic powers, who's like murder masochist guy. He's crazy.
And then the fucking sax man, bro. The fucking
Horn
sax
Freak.
man.
I know. I like
Horn
Sax Man.
Freak. I like Horn Freak.
That's his name?
Sax man.
Horn Freak.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's just what they call him. Is that actually like his villain name, or is that just what the heroes call him?
I
Like,
think
they're
that's
just
his,
like,
I think that's his villain name.
that's the
yeah.
freak with the horn. Horn Freak.
No, I think that's his villain name. Like Puppeteer, Horn Freak. Like I
Okay.
think that's just what his villain name is.
Fair enough. We
like
actually
Sax
we actually get some like tasty licks from the sax in this episode, like a little bit, you know.
From the sack, baby.
Chill.
Oh, Johnny had some tasty licks from the sack. Gotta love it.
That's brutal. It's gonna be hard to
So
recover
good.
from. Man.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Flipping
Not that
one.
one. Yeah.
Anyway, creepy psychic guy takes a bunch of humans with his psychic powers and he jams them into a freaking, what is that, a tank? But he jams them in so hard that they basically all like explode because the pressure's he fit too many in there and just all of them die. He juiced them. And you see blood come out of like the bottom of the tanker, basically. Disgusting.
Rough way to go.
This guy's one, he seems broken, right? Like just psychic powers that strong seem broken, but we'll see. He's probably not almighty. I'm more interested in Sackman, so that's gonna be fun.
Checks out.
I don't know, fellas. What's the haps with this episode? Where you land?
I like this episode. I mean, I thought this one was a little bit better than Oshinoko. Kind of on par for what Trigun is. It's a little not slow, but like I want to see more action. Like I want to see more Vash doing stuff already. Like it feels like we've seen, like last episode we kind of saw Vash come out of his depression or whatever.
We got a lot of Vash doing stuff last episode, I will say.
That's true. We did. But I don't know. I want to see more of the fighting and more of the quirkiness out of Vash, so.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a ton of quirkiness out of Vash, honestly. I think after all that business in July, I think we're looking at stoic Vash for a while.
I'm with Shalhoub.
That being said, I liked that he got his gun back. That was fun.
Sure.
Setting up some fun with the gun.
Is that gun better than other guns, or is it more of like a sentimental item?
I think that's probably the gun that triggers the power in the arm or whatever. Because Knives and him both had one in last season.
Can't remember.
I don't know. It looks kind of like an ordinary gun to me.
Yeah, I don't know what the full gist of that gun is per se, but
well, I don't know if I'd consider it an ordinary gun because I do remember from Stampede when like he first goes to use it, he's like, "I need a bullet. Just someone give me any kind of bullet." So maybe it's like special in that regard where it can just unless there's like some kind of standardized ammunition.
I thought he shot like a crazy ricochet even in this episode with the other gun. With the other gun.
He did shoot.
I'm sorry. Last episode.
Yeah, it was last.
Before he got the new one. Now he has the new gun back. Even with the other regular gun, I thought he shot like a crazy ricochet shot, which at first maybe was like the super lucky gun or something. Like he can shoot it anywhere and it'll go where he needs it.
No, that's just him. I was speculating that like
that's just.
I was speculating maybe his gun can just fire any type of bullet that you put into it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I do like that he has his iconic gun back. So.
Yeah. I'm with you, Shalhoub, though. I think this version of Trigun, Vash is just nice guy Vash. He's not quirky. He's not funny. He's not goofy. He's just nice guy Vash. That's what he is in this version. And it's a little more boring for sure, but there's other characters that have a little more oomph behind the scrote. So.
Well, plus we understand why he is that way after watching Stampede. So
sure.
Plenty of goofy Vash in that.
True.
He's a little more goofy, yeah.
Plenty more. Yeah.
Man. He also got his haircut back, sort of. I guess it's new haircut. It's different. Why is his hair black underneath?
I don't know, but it also most resembles the original haircut. It's like the closest with the spiky whatever from the original. So it's the closest to the original, which I like. And then they got him his cape back and they fixed his arm as well this episode too. So
very nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'm at 7 flat. This episode to me, I was just meh.
7 flat.
Yeah. There's a lot of just sitting around in this episode.
This was a standard 8 for me. I mean, I
guess
there were some spooky moments that I enjoyed, like the eyeball fucking twitching over at Saxman, like that was like spooky.
No,
Saxman would have taken his ass out right there.
That'll spook a sack for sure.
Sax.
That's right. He's like that. He's like
our
that.
resident sax expert.
Just ask me, boys. I know everything there is to know. All right. You got a
Yeah,
question?
that was
Come
your,
right to
okay.
me.
that was your nickname.
Come
in high
right
school,
to the
was
sack
Sack
man. All right.
Yeah, Sack Man. Ever since back in the day.
Is he like the scat man, but just saxophones?
No, just sacks.
Yeah. Just nut sacks. That's all it is.
CKS. Yeah.
Sax.
All right. Now we get into everybody's favorite show, Fire Force. Episode
All right.
1, Jillian. 63? Chris, 63?
63.
Oh, God, I'm nice. I didn't even write it down. Shaloop, we're doing the pod. Yeah.
Shaloop, wake
Oh.
up. It's pod time.
Oh,
Shaloop,
God. Did
kid-
we stop talking about Fire Force yet?
No, dude, this is it. We said when the 8th pillar arrives, that's when the show goes ham, right? We got the
Wish.
8th pillar.
I
I
didn't
wish.
listen.
I wish.
And was this like the worst
Yeah,
episode
dude,
of
we
the
got
season?
the 8th pillar. Probably.
We got the 8th
Feels
pillar.
like it.
I'm
got
not.
Shinra.
I mean,
No.
I dicked around on my phone for most of this episode. It was so boring.
Yeah, it only goes to speak on the
Agreed.
show. I listen. We got Shinra versus the Titan Raffles. What the fuck was that? We get the 8th pillar. It's Iris. Obviously, they've been setting this up forever. Where they show her as being like a prominent focus from like openings and stuff from literally season 1. We were like, yeah, obviously she's not just a scrub that prays when they actually beat somebody important. Like, obviously she's going to be more important than that. Yeah. Somebody say something about this episode, please.
No, thank you. I choose not to. Anything I say is going to be so severely negative, it's insane. I gave this rating slightly higher rating than last week, I think, but only because Shinra fights Raffles, and you get to see Iris do something cool. That's it. That's all I got. That's the best that this happened this fucking episode. Like, the first note I wrote down for this, I said, what of any value happens in this episode? And the value is Shinra defeats Raffles, and everyone starts calling Shinra a demon again.
Sure.
And Iris protects everybody with her powers.
Whoa.
Cool. That could have been a 5-minute thing at the end of last episode.
2.
Yeah. Poop all around.
Huh.
Do we have to keep talking about this one week to
Proof
week?
in number
Like,
2.
I
Made me want to number 2.
wow. I you know what I can't believe? I can't believe that they just gave up on budget. Like, it'd be one thing if like they wanted to just animate the fuck out of like one awesome kick where Shinra just kicks the shit out of Raffles. No, it's like true 5 out of 10 animation for like the entire episode. It's crazy. Yeah, truly unimpressive, uninspiring shit. Yeah, man, I don't even know. Like,
Yeah, moving on. Please.
yeah,
Moving on,
honestly,
please.
6.5 for me.
Oh wow,
that's crazy high.
It's
awfully high.
That's
That's
I don't think
crazy
so.
high.
I really don't think it is. You guys are gonna be crazy low.
I gave this one a 5
Unbelievable.
point. I gave this one a 5.6.
Oh, so we're
I meant
within
it
1
when I
point.
said- I meant that when I said 2.
That ain't right. That's too far.
This
2.
episode it's a snooze fest. Like, what else is there?
Yeah, I'm
Like,
with you.
how are we at the end of the series already? Like, what is happening?
You know what's tough
Show's a
too?
waste of time.
What's tough is that, like, how much of this is the studio? We're just like, maybe this could be more likable if like the studio did a better job, or actually just did a job. Like, they literally did the bare minimum to like get this. Like, have we seen animation above like a 6 out of 10 from this show since this season started? This is like episode 4. Like, this is supposed to be like a big shonen going into its final season. Like, that's where you
Stinks, it's always stunk.
that's where you want to nail the landing. And like, even if people don't like the story, you could at least give them eye candy. And it's like, neither's really working for us.
Bad show.
The most recent episode got an 8.8, and I don't know how.
Because people suck off Fire Force for like no reason. It's like, I don't know, man.
How?
Fire Force, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard for me to watch Soul Eater and then come watch this and be like, you came out 16 years later and like your animation is worse. Your characters are less likable and fun. And that's different. I mean, because you can just, you know what I mean? Any piece of media can write better characters at any time. But like your characters aren't likable. Your animation somehow is worse 15 years later. Like, what? None of this makes any sense.
The writing is awful. I mean, everything about it's so bad. I don't understand how people can even follow it for the most part.
I'm not enjoying this. I think these are hopefuls. I think these are just people that have been here long enough that they don't want to give it a low score because they know they have to watch the rest of it because they've already seen 90% of the show. All right, that brings us to the best, always the best. Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider, episode 17. Man, we're 17 of these suckers in. All right, this episode we get
loved every one of them.
We get Batman doing his thing. Batman basically just he saw his in with how many fucking little nerds wanted to watch idols dance and sing that he said, oh, this is going to be the easiest way to turn as many humans as possible into shocker agents. I'm just going to turn the idols into shocker agents, and then when thousands of people show up to their concerts, we're gonna get them, no problem. So that's basically what this whole episode is. There's one small caveat added onto this episode, but 95% of this episode is just Batman's mission of like turning all the idols into his army of shocker agents. And then we also get a little something, a little something.
Sack tickle?
No.
Give him the old nut twist.
We get a little Tojima development. Tojima said, listen, guys, we had a tough game last week, but we're going to watch the tape. We're going to figure out what we did wrong, and we're going to find a game plan for next week. So he loads in the Kamen Rider episodes.
Yep.
He studies the tape.
Doing a little replay review.
Studies the tape.
Immediately learns something. Yeah.
Immediately learns that whenever Kamen Rider struggled to beat a monster, a lot of times a bud would come through and it'd be 2-on-1.
He just calls in his boys. Yep.
Wow. If only it was that obvious.
It's almost like there's a whole 4 other characters that can help.
It is weird though, because I'm like, who pairs up then? Are we just gonna start literally like ganging up? Or is it just gonna be like 5v1 on some shocker monsters?
That's legit what I'm waiting for. Like, we need all 5 of them against Batman. Batman needs to get his ass whooped. He's been asking for it.
Oh yeah,
Batman is no joke.
Leave Spider-Man alone though. Leave Spider-Man alone because he's might be okay.
Well,
and I was thinking, like, if they end up pairing up, like, groups of 2s, I was like, how do they even end up pairing up? Because, like, we know Yakurisu's, like, she's poo. Like, she's useless. So, like...
she's gonna be with Mitsuba.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm like...
stick her with him.
Should it be Mitsuba and Ichio? Just because they're brothers and they have that brotherly chemistry? They've been fighting for so long. And then Tojima and Tackle, obviously, because... you know, the chemistry is undeniable.
The 2 strongest.
But who knows? What do you even do with Tackle? Like, does Tackle have a knee that bends the right way?
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't even see that in this episode.
She's gotta be.
Yeah, we didn't even see.
She's gotta be laid up for a while. Yeah. So we'll see.
So
I don't think they do duos or anything like that. I think they just straight up gang fucking attack these fools. You know.
5v1.
Yeah.
What if Batman and Spider-Man show up in the same spot? They got to fight them both.
Then you fucking run away and you wait until they're fucking split up.
There's no running away. True. Didn't you see what happened last episode? Ryder doesn't run.
Yeah, they ran away and they got away.
Yeah, they got away and then he hung his head in shame and had to come to terms with why he's a loser.
Just pure distraught Tojima at the opening of this episode was so good.
Oh yeah, he was in shambles, man.
He was a broken mess.
He looked like he had just been left at the altar, fired from his job, and then someone like stubbed his toe in the same night. Like that's what it looked like.
Because
They
he ran
slapped an
away
eviction
like a
notice on his
bitch.
door.
Exactly. No
He
more
ran
running
away like a
away. You
bitch.
can't be just be. That can't be just the plan now. Is like, oh, two of them showed up. Time to run.
Well, that's why you gotta be like the American Army during the Revolutionary War. You know, you take your pot shots, you run away, get more pot shots, run away.
Yeah, guerrilla tactics.
Guerrilla warfare, baby. That's right. That's right. Be the fucking Minutemen out there.
Yeah, all in all, this episode wasn't as funny for the most part to me. We've already been on the record. We don't love Anaki's boys. They're fine. Like they're just there.
They have some comedic relief.
They
I
were
think
kind of
they did really
endearing
well.
on this episode. Yeah, I thought they
Yeah,
were
I
really
like them
funny in
this
this episode.
episode.
Yeah, but
They
was that
literally
just
have
out
the
of them
best
being the
one-liner of
only
this show.
characters in this episode?
Maybe, I don't know, but they had
Maybe.
Shalhoub.
Luke's just downing cough
No, they had the
syrup right
funny.
That was
They had
wrong
the
with French
funny
people,
one-liner
man.
today. They had the funny one-liner today from this week's episode where they bust into Anaki's room and they're like, "Hey, we're here," and Anaki's like, "Oh, it's like I have 3 wives." They're literally like, "You'd be pretty lucky to have 3 wives."
Yeah,
Like,
what's his
it's
actual
just a
name?
quick
It's like,
quip.
it's like Naoko, I think, is his actual
Yeah,
name.
I don't know. I like calling him Anaki.
Anaki just means big bro, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's
It
correct.
just means brother. Yep.
Hey, we'd be lucky to have him as a big bro. All right.
True. Should be very lucky.
Yeah, he's kind of the man. He's even getting ready to fucking cook them dinner and shit. And
Yeah.
they come in and they're like, "Fucking, we're gonna die. Help!" Next week is gonna be across the board.
Oh yeah. Next week's gonna be awesome.
I think so, and that's part of where like the silver lining is like when I come into this week and I say there's a lot of in between episodes. Like JJK feels like we're gonna get some hotness next week. Sentenced to be a Hero, we're definitely getting hotness next week. We feel like Oshi no Ko might be wrapping up this kind of TV studio situation, at least being like the main center of what's going on for the last couple episodes. And now we're gonna dive into like more stuff. Trigun is just setting up some of these villains, which I'm assuming we're gonna get more direct next episode. And Tojima, this is showing the backstory of how this villain has set up their whole situation. I'm assuming so that we can take on that situation. So,
Yeah.
Right.
we're all moving at the same pace, and maybe that means we're about to have an all-time week coming up here, which would be sick. I'm an 8.6 here.
Pie, you and me, 8.6, baby.
Yeah, it's an 8.
Yeah, I couldn't go
wanted it to
9.
be 9. It's
I know. I can't remember the last time
Yeah, neither
I
can
can't
I.
I can't remember the last time I didn't give a 9 to Tojima before this week. We have been on quite a streak.
It was hard too. It was really tough. It deserves a
It was
9 in a
just-
lot of respects, but
It was so good, yeah. This episode just felt not where Tojima has been. So,
Yep.
but still solid for Tojima.
All right, cool. And then for me and Chrissy's little fun corner, Journal with Witch, episode 5. We love this show. The show's
Great episode.
The show's great.
Great episode.
Yeah, this is a really good episode. I felt like this episode was better than last week's. Even though this is a story about like the main character being the aunt or, sister of the mom who passed away and saying like, I didn't like her. I hated her. You know what I mean? I don't feel anything that she passed away. Then they got to go and show us like clips in this episode where like the mom's like pretty likable. And you're just like, damn. So like our MC hates this character, but like then you just see clips of this character being like a good mom. And you're just like, damn it, this complicates things. I don't want to go too deep into it, but like, yeah. They also show the accident. That accident was crazy. Chris.
The accent was insane.
That car guy is so
Dude, that scene,
smushed.
yeah. I don't know how they got any of the bodies out of that accident.
I guess they didn't. That's how we got where we got. Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. But yeah, we'll say it every week. We don't want to go too deep into it, but it's another great episode. You're not missing out if you jump on now. You might as well include it because this is the best slice of life show in the season. And other than Sentenced to be a Hero, this is the best new show of the 2026 season. So go check it out if you like slice of life stuff. It is very enjoyable. And there you go. That wraps it up, boys. So I think right there we can call it quits. We can slice it down. We can chop it up. It's done. Thank you for joining.
Cool.
Dubbed and Confused, episode 17 this week. We love you. We appreciate you hanging by. We'll see you next week. Let us know your thoughts on this week's episodes. Do you think we're being too harsh? Do you think Shaylin's opinion about Freeman is awful? Put it down below. We'll see you in the next one.